This is straight up embarrassing to see. Congress is panicked with lawmakers well past retirement age, and nothing highlights that more than tech hearings. What's supposed to be a serious grilling of big tech turns into pure comedy. Remember Facebook? Clueless senators and representatives stumble through questions, mix up basic terms, and sometimes don't even grasp what they're upset about. Today we're covering the hearings of TikTok CEO, where some of the questions were so absurd that you'd think it was parody. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you can answer that.
This was the first time TikTok CEO Xiao Chu appeared before the U.S. Congress back in 2023. A lot of important topics were brought up. Child safety was one of them, American users' data privacy another, but TikTok accessing the home Wi-Fi network was definitely not on the list. I guess Representative Hudson was trying to see if TikTok tracks off-app activity, but the wording wasn't clear enough and it left everyone wondering what was going on. If you thought this was bad, wait till you see this representative's lack of understanding of how filters work.
I want to talk about biometric matrix, and I want to talk specifically, can you tell me right now, can you say with 100% certainty that TikTok does not use the phone's camera to determine whether the content that elicits a pupil dilation should be amplified by the algorithm? Can you tell me that?
We do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users. We do not. The only face data that you will get, that we collect, is when you use the filters to have, say, sunglasses on your face. We need to know where your eyes are. And
why do you need to know what the eyes are if you're not seeing if they're dilated?
And that data is stored on your local device and deleted after use if you use it for facial. Again, we do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users.
I understand the privacy concerns about TikTok, I really do, especially given its ties to the Chinese Communist Party. But there are 1,000 better ways to expose the app than pushing the boomer conspiracy that social media tracks your pupils to determine your likes and dislikes. Modern algorithms don't need to scan your eyeballs to figure out your interests. The data they already collect, like search history, watch time, interaction, even your pauses while scrolling. It's more than enough to build a very accurate profile, and let's not forget US-based companies do the exact same thing. Have you ever talked about a product with your friends or family members and then opened up Instagram or Google to be bombarded with ads about the product? Yeah, that's how invasive data collection has become. It's happened to me, and I really don't think it's just a rumor.
How do you determine what age they are then?
We rely on age gating as our key age assurance.
Age
gating, which is when you ask the user what age they are. We have also developed some tools where we look at their public profile to go through the videos that they post to see whether...
Well, that's creepy. Tell me more about that.
It's public. So if you post a video, you choose that video to go public, that's how you get people to see your video. We look at those to see if it matches up the age that you talked about. Now, this is a real challenge for our industry because privacy versus age assurance is a really big problem.
Look, you keep talking about the industry. We're talking about TikTok here. We're talking about children dying. Do you know how many children have died because of this? Do you have any idea? Can you tell me?
Congressman, again, it's heartbreaking.
Can you tell me how many children in America have died because of challenges like this?
The majority of people who use our platform use it for positive experiences.
That's not what I ask you. I ask you, tell me the number of children, of U.S. children who have died because of these challenges.
That's what manufactured outrage looks like. Please drop a like if you think that we should get some younger people in there and have actual term limits on the lawmaking process. The man doesn't know how age verification works, and if it wasn't bad enough, like my grandparents, they kept calling it tic-tac throughout the whole hearing. Like it were debating breath mints instead of one of the most powerful social media platforms on the planet and in history. One representative didn't even grasp how ad revenue works. In fact, he might have accidentally revealed something lawmakers weren't supposed to say out loud.
Putting aside the dangers of the CCP involvement, and after these 32 hearings, I believe it's actually time to change the narrative, change the focus, and change the outcome by talking about the money you're making at TikTok. Mr. Chu, I have a question. How much revenue is generated per user?
Congressman,
Private company, and you're not going to tell me.
Yes.
Does each user receive a comparable benefit for the amount of profit their data brings to your company?
We do share some revenue with some creators who produce, say, 1 minute plus informative content.
When am I going to get paid for the data that you are selling, or you're getting revenue from advertisers? When am I going to get paid for the data you're getting from my children, my grandchildren, my neighbors? I think that's the only way to get your attention, is talk about the money you're making, and maybe that'll get you all to do what you're supposed to do.
Welcome to the 21st century, sir, where social media companies have been selling user data to advertisers and third parties for way over a decade. It's how they generate billions in revenue, and if you're now realizing this, you might want to sit out the tech hearings, but here's what I don't get. What exactly was Representative Pence trying to say? Was he implying that TikTok should be cutting him a check, or was he suggesting they're not paying taxes? Guess we'll never know. Next, we have Senator Cotton doing a round of rapid-fire questions.
So, you said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
If he had just asked Chu if he liked Chinese food, we might have actually gotten him, but for now, it's safe to say he's just from Singapore. Not exactly the gotcha moment Cotton was hoping for. It didn't end there, as this absurd line of questioning continued and made things much worse.
Let me ask you this. Joe Biden last year said that Xi Jinping was a dictator. Do you agree with Joe Biden? Is Xi Jinping a dictator?
Senator, I'm not going to comment on any world leaders.
Why won't you answer these very simple questions?
Senator, it's not appropriate for me as a
scared?
businessman to comment on world leaders.
Are you scared that you'll lose your job if you say anything negative about the Chinese Communist Party?
I disagree that. You will find content that is critical of China on our platform.
The next time you go on, are you scared that you'll be arrested and disappear the next time you go to mainland China?
Senator, you will find content that's critical of China and any other country freely on TikTok.
Aside from being a terrible business move, it would be downright idiotic for Chu to make such a statement, especially since TikTok has a sister company operating in mainland China and a parent company headquartered in Beijing. We wouldn't expect Elon Musk to support such statements, nor would we demand that from Tim Cook. So this was nothing but a classic strawman argument designed to trap him into saying something damaging. But I'd love to know which one of these questions was your favorite, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. And if you want your friends to see these epic fails, please share the videos with them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next one.